Welcome to the Fifth Trooper Podcast.
Welcome back to the Fifth Trooper Podcast. My name is Jay Shalansky. Joining me today is Evan the Raccoon Boris.
Hey, how's it going?
Also, we've got a third member today. We're trying to be Notorious Scoundrels light or drunk or whatever you want to call it. And
Three's a magic number.
Yeah. So we've got Nick, aka GrammerPolice.
Yeah, you might have catch me. I've been playing with Evan a lot on stream, so I'm usually on there. I've been his also his Legion sparring partner for a while on TTS. So it's
I don't
come on.
think I've won once. Have I?
Maybe.
I think I get close, but usually it's turn two.
I think I ripped your heart out with Jin last time. I think.
Yeah. No,
wow.
That's not wrong.
I know.
That stinks, Evan.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we'll play a game. I'm good at this. No.
Oh, man, that's funny. All right, let's do a little quick housekeeping. We haven't been here in a few weeks. Sorry about that. Everything is fine. Someone reached out to us like, hey, you guys okay? Yes, we're okay. Just with scheduling and the holiday and everything, Evan and I just were having a tough time nailing down a time to record. But here we are, and we brought a friend with us. So, well, Evan brought a friend. I don't care for Nick, but he's here.
Yeah, it's been established.
He's Evan's friend, not my friend.
Yeah, he's Evan's friend, not my friend, Nick. And so, so we're back. If you like the podcast or any of our blog articles, you should support us on Patreon because that's how we do all this, right? So if you read a great unit guide on our blog post, we pay those people to write those. So if you support us on Patreon, that's what that money goes towards, is helping them. And you get another podcast. We do an After Dark podcast. So we have that. Evan, why don't you throw down your Twitch for everybody so they know where to find you?
Oh, yep. You can find me at space_husky. And I'll be there. I'm usually there with Grammer. We're playing lately Hunt and Halo have just been the go-to stuff, but you'll catch me. We'll play Legion once in a while. We'll do I'm a variety, so just anything you want, but come and say hi. I think I've seen a couple people from come, they say J-Dog sent me, and I'm assuming it's you're Jay. And
I'm gonna say yes. Well, let's just pretend that this is making a mark. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that was great. So come hang out with me. Tell me how wrong I am about Legion. That's always good.
Yeah.
And I'll I know you can join a chorus, but I'll die on any hill.
Yeah.
For no reason. So
well, and to bring this back into fashion, if you go on to Evan's stream, tell him to get back to work.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Ooh.
Evan,
second deep cut of the episode already.
Yeah, Evan loves that. Yeah. So there's that, and then also if you are into casual Legion, we've got this narrative campaign that we're doing called Stormtide, and right now on the Fifth Trooper website, if you didn't want to do the monthly subscription model, which we've been doing, we actually released the first 3 boxes in like a special core set, and all the add-on miniatures that we sell separately from the monthly are all added in there, and so you can get the first 3 months and see what it's all about, and if you like it and you're not like locked down to that monthly sub, so check it out.
Yeah, I saw that. That was I'd save like $30-$40 or something on that.
Yeah. So we're doing a deal for the next. It was like a Black Friday, Christmas type of thing for the next couple of weeks, and then it'll go back up, to normal price. But yeah, so if you don't want to do the monthly, you can always just kind of buy that first quarter and check it out. And then if you want to do the monthly, you can start and tell us, hey, I want to start now. So it's cool. A lot of people are doing it. People are enjoying it. We actually, this box that we just put out is box 4, and we created our own unit and unit cards, monsters. There's monsters now in Legion, our version anyways. And so it's pretty crazy. It's pretty neat the way we did it too. So, instead of doing like a traditional AI system, Evan, like with Fallout or something like that, like Fallout has, what we're doing is each opponent gets to control the monsters that go after the other guy. So it's almost like you're adding onto your army, but with monsters. Okay.
Yeah. It's not Hero Quest. Oh, sorry, cat's meow.
Well, we've only been recording for
that.
4 minutes and it's already off the rails. So we did it, boys.
Already off the cat. Mage Knight Dungeon used to do that, where after you move your character, so that's cool. Like that's a neat mechanic that I haven't seen like come back too much.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. So check it out. Yep. And that's all our housekeeping. That's all my shilling I'm gonna do for today. Nick, you got anything? Anything?
No, I'm good. Check me out in my usual spot on Evan's coattails, and
and now on mine.
Yep. No, I've been bamboozled.
Well, let's talk some Legion. What do you guys think? This is a good Legion pod. Well, it's an all right Legion podcast. So
let's a Legion podcast.
It is a passable Legion podcast. So I don't think we've talked since the RNGs dropped, have we?
No.
That was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So first take. How about this? We each take our most favorite points change. We'll start with that. Like, just pick one you like.
Oh boy.
And then
all right.
Ooh.
All right.
One's the one I was gonna do top three, but just to make it one's like not a bad like
mine's easy, but yeah, okay, go ahead.
One's a good one. Like I think my favorite was, and now I'm looking through here. No. Actually, Anakin, going down to a more reasonable point cost. So, right, like Anakin came out. What was his original points? Like 170?
No, he was 160. He was
160. It that 5 points doesn't seem like it means a lot, but with some of the other stuff going on too, being able to get like an extra force power in there with some of those went down. And he's feels playable, and he also got some upgrade cards now, right? Like not upgrade, but he got his command cards changed. He gets defend 1 on his 2-pip, which is pretty big. But he actually feels good to play now. Like the point, you're not, again, 5 doesn't seem like a lot, but with the point card, with his points change plus the card getting an extra keyword, that's pretty good. He doesn't feel like bad like he did before.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It feels like there's some like a little bit more like nuance to playing him now, because one, you have a little bit more of a reason to. I think he might be one of the better suited Jedi to this like very kind of aggressive meta we're trying to find ourselves in now, because he's a beat stick, and that's kind of what he plays best into. And the extra keyword's nice, the extra order's nice, and the points is kind of just the icing on top.
Yeah, I think overall he got he's my favorite out of that. Hey Jay, what do you got?
ATST, baby.
Yeah, no. Low hanging fruit, but okay.
Whoa. All the point changes there, plus the general vice change to make him a field commander, which they should have done from the very beginning when they introduced field commanders. Like, we were over here sitting going, Evan, I think you and I talked about it. We're like, what about Weiss and Wedge? Like, what? Like, why? What?
Yeah.
Field commander Wedge, right?
Generals in his name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, that's been my favorite. And if you guys haven't heard, I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago on the Scoundrels, but I went to a local tournament with 2 ATSTs and 2 dewbacks and 3 Sabs. So, and cleaned house and took first. So
stock on all 3 of those units, I think, is going up.
Yeah. We were talking about how you're in this magic Twilight land right now where the droid spider doesn't exist.
Yes.
And so you're just free to run, right? Yeah, Ion can't get you, right? You're just free to run and have 2 ATSTs, like no healing, who cares? So you remember the good times +1.
When they errata that spider droid to Kingdom Come, once it comes out, it'll be back again.
The Ion needs to go up. It should not be the cheapest weapon. It should be the most expensive weapon.
Dude, for what it does. But I thought you were just going to go straight General Weiss, because he got, not only did he get field commander, and not only did he get like, he was 10, now he's like 5.
He doesn't tap anymore.
Tap. So like you can just shoot every turn. Right?
Yeah, I'll tell you, that was really nice. So there was, I think I was playing Paul, one of the guys from out here, and hey, Paul's a listener, and he was playing droids, and I think I kicked 1 and then shot 3 other units. Like, it was like, and I think I killed. I think I killed 2 or 3 of those units, and oh my god! And then being able to do that same thing again without having to recover, so I can aim and do it again. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And really, like, I think those changes kind of made Empire what I think Empire is now. is they went from this like aggressive lists like with Vader and all that, and that they still can be aggressive, but now with everybody else being aggressive, if you could build your empire list where you're just like more of a like wait and come at me. Like, I don't know, try, I got 2 ATSTs, 2 dewbacks, and I've got a bunch of sab bombs around. I guess come try to stop me.
Exactly. That's something I thought was actually, I'm wondering if that is going to be a kind of the next wave in like the meta adjustments. If we're going to see like Imperial Sabs, if they're still wanting to play the Dunline game, just start just setting up a wall.
Yeah.
That these Wookiees or whatever will have to try to run through, and just see if between all that and the suppression and stuff, and maybe a little bit of standbys.
Yeah.
If that'll be enough to keep the furry menace at bay.
I honestly, so I had played a couple games with them, and you know what I found? Like, yes, the SAB stuff was great, right? And like creating some like opportunity with the bombs and stop them. But you know what was actually really nice? A unit that for like whatever points, what is it all together? 46 points can throw 4 black dice, like at range 2 when things are coming in.
Yeah.
You know?
It's I remember Kyle was quoted in a Discord where in saying like it's actually scouts got the point drop right overall, like the team of 4, and with the scout 3 movement, like there's actually a real argument to saying, hey, I'm not taking a strike team just to get the activations. I might take the full 4 guys.
Yeah.
And them have their value, right? They have 4 hit points.
Throw 8 black at someone that comes around this corner.
Yeah, right. Like there's some value to that now. Like it's actually a reasonable argument to have. Now that you say that, but no, that's good. All right.
Also, low key sab point here. Also, Scout 3 is actually really big because that's the one where you can scout and turn 1 hit those objectives like the boxes and the VAPs and stuff that are range 1 away. So you can just tap a VAP and throw a bomb and start just deploying turn 1. And
yeah, it's so good.
I think there's something there.
All right, Grammer, what's yours?
All right. So he's near and dear to my heart, and I like that they kind of acknowledged this with the drop on Dooku actually.
Okay.
Because that was my first drop when you said points drop. I was looking at just points.
Yeah.
Because they kind of at least acknowledged a little bit like, okay, we need somewhat of a reason to take this guy. Well, we need to lower the gap between him and Maul.
Yeah.
Because Maul just does so much right now, and I like that they kind of at least acknowledge that a little bit. But if we're going for complete, like, actual changes, you probably stole mine with Anakin. But I will also kind of say I'll go the other way. I'll say R2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he is still not really that fun to play against, and but incredibly powerful, and some combos with him too, like the ear removable suppression from Shriv and stuff. I think him going up was definitely the right move to bump him up again.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. So, I'll give you Anakin, because we had talked about that, one off.
Yeah.
But we thought about that. I'll go back to one more. I'll go my B choice was the Lat. I still don't think is amazing, but for Lat got the points drop, Baron got the points drop, and so you can get my favorite Lat Imperial, Lat, Baron, high velocity shells, and HQ uplink for like 130 or something pretty reasonable like that. And with either Veers also getting a points drop, or even just the generic commander just giving 1 aim to it, you can throw 2 to 4 crits pretty consistently.
Yeah, and the marksman's pretty big on him.
Yeah, and with the ready, with Veers, you get a free ready, so you get all your stuff back, you get an aim, and then you can aim and then fire again. You're probably throwing like 4 crits into something.
Yeah, I think that's the one Lat that I actually kind of like.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's also a troop carry if you need it. Like when I was playing some breakthrough, I just threw a squad of stormtroopers and just drove it down.
Yeah,
like
we
at that
we
point,
were playing that.
Yeah. At that point, what do you do? Like,
I think. Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say one of the fun things we were kind of theory crafting. I think it was on Scoundrels or After Dark. I don't remember. I'm on too many podcasts at this point. But one of them was, what if you put 2 sets of those? You put a scout and 2 Lats, so you have 2 sets of scouts, 2 Lats, and then you just like flat them into people's lines and drop the scouts out, and then like have them just dump 8 dice into something
for like 44 points.
I think that's the problem with the Lat though, is it's too expensive to just used for that, and you're just devoting so much time and positioning at that point to it.
That's fair.
It's the if the TIE pilot wasn't 8 points.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't go down to 4.
Granted, I say that, and then in my invader pod, the second place guy who made it out behind Timbo, new scoundrel, was actually playing pre-buff Vader Lat.
Oh, okay.
And so I think, there's something to that, but I think what the takeaway is, whatever you're transporting to Lat has to be really, really worth it.
Yeah. It's too bad because like Rebel transport and even the Gar Lat, you can put Wookiees in it, right? And Wookiees coming out doing some damage is pretty big deal. Whereas with Imperial, like I guess flame troopers, but they don't have that like scary menace like thing of Wookiees does.
Particularly.
Yeah, they don't like.
They don't get.
Go ahead.
They don't have like the trap effect that combat does.
Yeah.
You can dig somebody in there. Like flame troopers have to shoot, and then that means they can be shot back. And
you could do IRG in there.
Yeah, I thought about doing the 3-man IRG. Not even putting the extra staff on just to save points to like get somewhere else because hey, they throw as a red black. Yeah, surge to hit, I believe. No, they don't surge.
No surge.
But red black, like give them tenacity, like that's okay, right? Like, they just don't have that like our IRG really live with Palpatine, right? Like they really thrive there because they get the free order. They have disciplined, I think, right, where they get to take off.
Discipline too.
Yeah.
So they're real good at that. It's like. I thought about putting Bosk in there and like dropping him off behind somewhere fun, like on a hill or something that's not out of your deployment zone. But there's not like I'd really love like a cool melee hero that's like cheaper than Vader, but maybe no force power, right? Maybe just like a interesting, like how the Wookiee commander.
Maybe if you gave him like cunning or something.
Yeah.
Maybe like a staff that could change modes from like a gun to
I see what you're saying.
stick or something.
Thank you, Nick. That's exactly. I was like, Callus. So you want Callus?
I don't. He's not good enough to want to drop off in the line.
Wow.
Although there was circling back to that specific like Rudor high energy uplink build. You did something that in the game that we were playing that I think is probably its best use. So it was it's basically just like a gun line. You play like a gun line vehicle. And then when one of your stormtrooper units was about to die, they just got in the lat and saved the kill point. And that's just like, it's just right there. Like, okay, whenever you need it, come
things looking bad, boys.
But yeah, that was it. And that was a good use of the transport, and it still was doing its job as a gunship.
Yeah, it's actually my favorite one. You know what the worst part is like the Gar stuff. They have some good pilots, like being able to hand out 3 observation tokens. Like that's
4,
okay.
Isn't it?
4, yeah, I'm sorry, it's 4. That's not bad, right? Like they just have so much better stuff that you got to make some crazy argument to get one in there. And even then, because if you do that, like I built a ton of Anakin Lat stuff, like man, so many points, and then the rest of your list just suffers.
And like Anakin, and to an extent, the Wookiees too, they don't necessarily need it between the jump and scale. Like they can probably just get there on their own.
But there's a lot of cool changes. But
yeah,
anything else? Anything else, Jay?
There's a lot. Like Empire got a lot of good stuff, and it's been fun. Theory crafting.
So Vader's hitting the table again, huh?
Yeah,
crazy.
In a big way. Like Op Vader is really good. Like I think both are good, but Op is like a cool, scary guy now.
Yeah, the op changes kind of hit me out of left field. I thought he would be fine with like the card changes on normal Vader. I thought that would be fine, and then just the speed 2. Huh.
Yeah, that's actually huge. Yeah, free speed 2. Like you can throw endurance away now. Like you don't need to like staple that to him.
You basically got 2 training slots.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Yeah, I think with that speed 2, you don't even. I think we talked about this before, but you don't need burst of speed as much anymore, right? It's not as important. It's nice, but it's not as crucial.
But
you really wanted that second force slot for Choke anyway to do the crazy initiation stuff he can do with scatter and
yeah, it's disgusting. It's like really good. It's really like the amount of like I just would never have thought to do that. Like there's Kyle explains it. I think he already did on Scoundrels that like long chain.
I think you guys have an article on it actually. If you did somewhere for it, it's the older Opvader, but yeah, it's explained pretty well.
That gross chain. You did it to me once, Jay, too. We were playing I don't remember where I was going, ACO maybe, and you did that long chain of like scatter, force choke, move guy forward, force push, and I was sad. So like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah. But no, that was some good stuff. So I mean, like, there's a lot of big things I got points. I think a couple more that just kind of strike me. Because everyone's talked about this to death, but just our favorites are like Delmico and Gideon. Go down. They're like maybe useful.
Inferno Squad now is like significantly cheaper than the normal unit.
Yeah. And I think I don't like them as much as I like Clan Ren. But for the points now, it's like okay, like they're not like a huge point sink that you're really upset when you lose one. You're like, well, the whole thing's ruined. Throw it out. Like they're pretty strong now.
Yeah.
And I'll do an honorable mention here. I'll do a combo here. People are now talking about Krennic and Death Troopers again.
Yeah.
It turns out like knocking like 30 points off the package or whatever is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's because Death Troopers should be good, right? Like that's an argument that always got me mad when like everything else came out. Is like snipers pushed them out of the game.
I kind of think they should still have Impervious, but
snipers are just too good. Like even with the clone sniper change, like the problem is snipers, right? Like being able to just pierce one and you lose one or two of those Death Troopers, that feels bad. Like their kill potential just drops.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't think they did enough for Empire snipers. Like they improved scouting.
I mean, Scout 3 is nice. The changes are nice,
but not snipers. Scouts is nice, but snipers still suck.
Snipers still get that turn one like kind of cheese, hit the VAP and you're good. But
and the low profile change is really nice too. We didn't even talk about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
but people are saying snipers are dead, and I'm not so sure they are. Even if you're running like the Wookiee rush list and stuff, because something they brought up, actually they just brought up on the last Scoundrels episode, deep cut, interpromotion, is that there's not really things to strip standbys anymore to keep your Wookiees from running and getting shot. I think like a sniper or something, maybe even like the DLT-19 back on your core troopers or something, just to
that range 4
or strip a standby. There might be something to that.
Yeah,
it's Imperial snipers. Jay and I have bemoaned and griped. Like they either carry the game so hard where anything else you do does not matter. Like 2 crits, 2 crits, whoa, hey, 2 crits, right? Like you just. It's just how the dice work sometimes, right? You just get those highs.
Yeah.
Or other times you have a game where they don't even give you a suppression the whole game.
Right. Yeah.
And you're like, stupid.
Hit search. Blank search.
I hard disagree. I don't really ever like expect much to them. I try to keep in mind that they're a 50-point unit, and they shouldn't be like killing everything to turn like through heavy cover.
Oh, but they should be murdering.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I paid 50 points.
No. Welcome
sniper
rifle.
Welcome to the podcast. You're wrong.
Yep. Thanks for having me, Jay.
You can go now.
All right. So, boop. It's I don't know. I've hated snipers since they came out. They just like were you playing during the bad times where it was just
I was in for the bad times. The sniper
or before when they used to not do combined releases, so the rebels got their snipers a month
I don't
ahead.
think I was like
that felt
to the
bad.
point where like it actually like mattered to me that the rebels had their snipers first, but I was
that was not fun.
I've been around since the beginning.
Oh man, I remember when I think it was unfortunately us. I think it was the Scoundrels were like yeah, I think you should take 3 snipers. And then everybody was like 3. So I'm like, this is miserable. And that was, because the rebels had them forever before we had them. And it was just like, And then remember before we all learned to like hide one, do corner casing where like you would just like lose 2 snipers because the other snipers would kill them because
everyone took Leia. Just to remove your 3 snipers off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm like this. I remember the whole meta was shit to the sniper war, and even after you could hide one, Leia would put you up one because she'd kill the ones that were out. And then,
you take Veers just to maybe get rid of one.
The dark
like
times.
you'd like last place him so you could maybe see both. Like, and if they saved, you're like, well, good game. Gotta pick it up.
Yeah, that was LVO 4 years ago where I had a 12 activation Veers list with no vehicles. Like it was because of snipers and using his recover, and that was wild.
Yeah, man, I'm glad we're out of that, but I'm still like I hope they just kind of become like a onesie twosie thing where it's not you start every list 3 snipers. Okay, now what else?
I think we're getting there as you get more things, and you can only have 3 special forces, right? So as you get more things that eat up that slot, that the less people are going to take them, and I think that's where we're getting. And
we're actually getting some other competitive special forces slots. I think they're getting better at kind of realizing that the value of an activation is something too. Like just being 50 points can just be nice on its own.
Yeah, and as we continue with like multi-wound units, right, where like having snipers just isn't as valuable, you just won't see them as much because you're like, okay, I could maybe get a wound or shoot off a standby, but is that worth an activation where I could have IRG or I could have death troopers putting out 12 dice or whatever, you know what I mean? Like where's my value?
So when are Tauntauns coming back?
They're back.
I think
so.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I think they could be your Wookiee number 4. I don't think you're going to see triple Tauntauns like you did before.
No. Yeah, all right. That's fair.
I think the problem is, and what we're having is like all of us guys, right, that are on these podcasts, like talking crap, is that there's so much out there now that I think there's great units that we're just not using because there's like 100 other things. And I agree with Nick. Like one of the lists I contemplated for a moment taking to that tournament was maybe a couple Wookiees and like triple Wookiee double Tauntaun lists. Like it just going, okay, I'm going heavy into this.
Yeah.
This is the meta. All right, I'm all in. Like give me everything.
Let's circle back. And Kyle just won bid with his triple Wookiee double airspeeder.
Yeah,
double airspeeder comparing the triple Tauns, like pretty close.
Yeah, not bad. It's dude, that's such a good list. Like I don't even, you have a vehicle, it's probably dead. You have infantry, they're probably dead. Like I don't really know what you do against that, but just hope his dice variance goes down.
Airspeeders honestly kind of scare me.
Dude, for 130, like they're getting to the point where they're like too good for their points.
Yeah.
They're like concerningly like, it used to be. So, okay. On a sidebar about this, airspeeders and ATSTs should always be on a table somewhere. They're big, cool Star Wars units. And when someone walks by, they see it and like, oh, Star Wars, right? Like nobody knows what the truck is. Nobody knows what like the
shoebox. I have
the grav tank. Nobody knows what a lot of this like the clone weapon platform. No one knows. No one knows what that is. But they know what an airspeeder is and they know what an ATST is because Hoth was cool, right? Like that's having always those be around is important. Like in X-Wing, it was always having Luke and Vader around because those are iconic characters. But it gets to the point where like the airspeeder is like,
you really want to mess with somebody's day? Here's your list. You ready, Evan? This is the list of like no one will see this come in and they won't know what to do when it comes.
I'm gonna steal it.
3 naked rebel troopers.
Okay.
3 Wookiees, nothing on them. 2 Tauntaun riders. Airspeeder with Wedge and the party bus with Reckless, Unorthodox, Unstable, and the quad laser.
Reckless. Okay, yeah, you're
Reckless.
Reckless. Okay, yeah, you put Wedge. Okay, get Wedge for the general. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really
So you're just like, I don't know, here's all my stuff right in your lines. Like, here's the bus, here's the airspeeder cleaning up the back, here's 3 Wookiees, here's 2 Tauntauns. Good luck. Have a good day.
That's just a lot of stuff. That's a list that someone's gonna go like. So on paper, I'm like, it's a ton, but like, the Wookiees might not like survive. Like, I'm hemming and hawing about it, but there's gonna be some guy who brings that and goes like 4-1.
Yeah.
And then like you're like, oh, okay, I guess this is the new this is it, huh? Oh, dude, big yikes. Yeah, I want, because they referenced or they alluded to like theme lists, right? And their big thing they did however many months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what they actually make those be, because man, I played that Hoth list for a while. I really liked it. It wasn't the best, but it would be cool to be rewarded for building with such strict limitations.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that comes sooner than later. So we can, because just doing like a crazy like Kashyyyk list or something, right? Like I hate, like when I was building, so for PAX coming up, I'm going to the event. I'm bringing just all the Wookiees I can fit into a Gar list. So it's 3 of those Fluttercraft, 3 Wookiees of some sort, and I have to pay my 150 something point clone, 3 clone soldiers, and then either Chewie or the Wookiee commander. I haven't quite, but like I would like to be, if I had stringent things to build by, they say, hey, you don't have to bring those 3 core guys. You can just bring some Wookiee. Like there's something else, right? Like you can kind of break the game build rules for different things. Because those Fluttercraft, I'm pretty sure, are pretty bad, but I'm committed to just bringing the full Wookiee. Because look, man, there's no worlds inviting the line here. I just wanted to go and like, I think it's funny to bring nothing but Wookiees. But like to get a bonus for like, hey, you're not bringing any of the good Gar stuff, right? You're not bringing phase 2s. You're not bringing Yoda or Rex or anything like. So here's a bit of a bonus to kind of handicap yourself like that.
I found the trick is just making sure that you have to be aware in your balance space here that you're not just, your theme list is take all the good stuff and here's the bonuses for it. Like,
correct.
If Wookiees are truly the new hotness and their theme restriction is take 3 Wookiees,
yeah,
then watch out for that.
Yeah, big yak. No, I understand. It's just like when having to take like Fluttercraft, like they're like just enough points where they're not too bad, but
what are they, 80 with the gunner and 75 with the bomber,
they're
like that?
It's okay, but they're just enough where I'm not feeling good about one getting wiped off the table turn 1 by a tank,
and turn 2,
and then possibly turn 3. So there, but to be like kind of given I don't know what they could do, like a different little build thing or a points thing. I don't know, but something, or cards or something to make up for that. But so I'll be at PAX with something really bad, but I think it's going to be, I'm just there to like, so what
nice and cozy.
Yeah, right, in my Wookiee outfit. So what kind of stinks about this year is they're not doing day 1, day 2, because it's not an official event being hosted. So not against the people like doing the event. Legion 99 guys, I think, are doing it.
Yep.
I get it. You're doing it on your own for fun. Like, absolutely power to you. Thank you for doing that. That said, I wish AMG was there and we got a real day 1, day 2, because every miniature game is on Saturday. So if I want to do anything else, I can't. It's Legion all day. X-Wing's the same day. Kill Team's the same day. So that's kind of a bummer. But it's not like there's no official capacity there to like make, like FFG or AMG's not paying someone to be there Friday, right, to have like a day 1 kind of thing. So that's kind of stinky. But that's why I just decided to bring something like crazy and goofy and like just all Wookiees. I'll push them forward. Like, we'll see how it goes.
Random aside there. Kill Team's great.
Oh, Kill Team's great. Yeah.
Yeah, Kill Team's amazing.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, Kill Team's still super good. And it's getting
it's what skirmish should be.
Oh, absolutely.
Agreed.
It's we've talked about this before, but having like, I don't think there's a really better way for anybody to get into a thick miniature game such as GW or Legion, but saying like, hey, just bring like 10 guys, bring 10 models or like 6, right? Like a thing of 2 things of stormtroopers, 1 heavy gun, like something real low count, real basic.
I'm honestly really, really surprised we haven't seen like a heroes versus villains mode, because they, especially Alex and Luke, pulled so much from Battlefront. They love playing it so much.
Yeah,
I'm really, really surprised we haven't seen that heroes versus villains come over.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, with AMG running the show now, right? They're more about the casual side of stuff, right? So we'll see if I don't know, maybe they'll do something,
Yo, just have to Marvel MCP. I'll play Vader against Thor, like whatever. Let's go. It's give me my Star Wars.
It's all Disney now.
Yeah, it's giving me my Star Wars expansion. I'll be good. But no, it's gonna be Legions at least. So, it's gotten stale for me. Like the competitive scene had gotten real stale for a while until this points change, and now it's like anything goes. Like dewbacks were a long shot. I didn't see being like super good. Like I always thought they were okay.
Dewbacks, they just like happen to adjust well into the meta shift.
Yeah,
because the problem with dewbacks is they're always good units. They just couldn't ever get there. They don't have to get there when there is coming to them.
Yeah. So man, the day I can put a dewback in the back of that gaff tank and just drive him up,
just hang from a lat.
Yeah, just drop him up, kick him out the lat. Like, man, that's gonna be so good. But it's Legion's fun again. So I'm excited. That's why I'm bringing something goofy. It's just I don't want to like care. Like if I win a game, I win a game. If I don't, like I'll be there handing out cards, handing out you'll get one of our patented burst of fast cards for
yes.
I'll put
we'll get an image up there.
I'll put the image up on the video for everybody.
It's for all those poor people who couldn't get burst of speed, myself included. I just said, well, let's just make a free one and hand them out. So
yes, Evan, you should totally make that card and send me one.
Yeah, just free. Like because we still don't have Yoda. Like,
speak for yourself, kid.
I know. Actually, that's the worst part. Is
you guys are the ones to complain up there in basically Canada.
Yeah, I have to like hold my hat in my hands and go up to Jay and be like, hey, Mr. J, I heard you got some Wookiees in. You wouldn't be happen to be needing those cards anymore, would you? And you're like, fine, take them with you. Oh, one more thing. That Commander Chewie card. Can I put my mitts on that too?
I did just realize that. I'm like, boy, he's bringing some stuff to PAX that doesn't exist here. I wonder where he's getting that.
I just need one card. Just one card, sir. Please.
I wonder where that's coming from.
Actually, I was honestly in the mindset to I just ran out of time because I used the same company that Jay had turned me on to do the cards. So thank you, Jay.
Just saving lives and funding your ridiculous ideas over
expeditions.
Here, not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah. But I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if I brought all the cards, like I made alt cards for all the cards that you couldn't get that people wanted, like Into the Fray, Burst of Speed, maybe the new Wookiees or something like that, right? Something where you just can't get it. Like it's not like anyone's fault, right? Like, hey, it's not like you didn't buy it. Like you just can't buy it.
Somebody's fault.
It is somebody's fault, but no consumer who's like at the place who's like, they said that I could play Wookiees and Yoda, but I have to proxy everything. Like that's a bummer. So like, why not have a fun proxy? Like,
are you guys on the conspiracy theory that's in the bottom of the ocean somewhere? We lost another crate.
Oh yeah,
it's down there hanging out with the arcs.
Yeah, the arcs and all of the Brazilian X-Wing 2.0 stuff.
Yep.
I think it's down there too. Just some fish got a really cool Yoda or pirates. Could be like they get this crate and they're like, all right, open it up. And it's just toys. Check the black market.
Isn't it strange that like everything else in our lives has shown up and turned out pretty okay, but for some reason Legion is struggling and all their boats go down.
Oh, but that poor Wookiee, those poor Wookiees never even got a chance. Except pre-ordered mine from Miniatures Market like 7 months ago. It's been a while. I kind of forgot.
Yeah.
What's the delay like pushed to now? Like, is it something crazy? I could be wrong. Is it like March now? Is the day
yeah,
mini market?
Yeah.
They have to remake them. It sounds like,
it,
right?
It sounds,
But the weird thing is, right? Like, so you want to get real conspiracy theory. Timbo, when I think on the cast we were talking about, like, he thinks his conspiracy is that they were more popular than they had originally anticipated, and they had like sent some they were like short worldwide or something, and they had sent them there and then didn't realize how popular
Oh,
gonna be.
So I'd agree with that on the Wookiees,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be relatively easier to guess the popularity of Yoda.
Yeah, you would.
I don't think he would be in as much demand. So
you don't until you see that Tank Padme Yoda list that Kyle played, and that turns out that's pretty good.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, I know that's going to be pretty good, but it's still like Gar is just a subset, and you only need one. I don't think.
Yeah,
and I think they have more data on that than the hype. They can guess how many people would play like a Yoda, but like ranging from like a 0 to 3 Wookiee spread is harder across 2 factions.
Turns out the answer is 3. The magic answer for Wookiees is all of them you can take.
For sure. I don't know. It's hard to tell with them because I think there's a lot of things where they're like, oh yeah, this happened, and then we find out later like that's not what happened, so you're like, okay, so I don't know what happened really, and then you're just left guessing because like they're not going to tell you.
Oh yeah,
Jay, we've just been on the internet too long.
Yeah,
we've just been playing Legion too long that like it's the shiny,
everything's terrible.
Yeah, the shiny gloss has been taken off, and the debacle was the
that wasn't even the one I was thinking of in my head. I was thinking about, what was it? I think it was phase 2s and arcs, even. I think one of those two, when we had that real shortage, and they gave us some weird answer, but really what it was they put the wrong logo on the box, and so they had to get the logo reprinted. Yes, all the boxes reprinted.
Oh my god, that's like Yep, I remember that now. Yeah. I remember some hero, like, I think some guy at the factory for the debacle was like, he sees the base going, he's like, that can't be right, and he picks a bigger one. He's like, yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna be a hero.
Yeah, I'm like, I just saved Christmas, right? Like, to
be honest, they probably would look a lot better on the bigger bases.
Yeah, they look less
give them the bigger bases, take away Spur, they're fine.
Yeah, give them one. But
I actually know what happened with that. You guys want to know? You want to know some? It doesn't matter because it was an FFG thing, right? Yeah. So what I heard happened was that originally during testing, dewbacks were on the ATST base, and when they changed it, like towards the end of testing, that they never updated the master spreadsheet that said what base it came with, and so they just when they ordered it, it still had the ATST base in the master spreadsheet.
Oh no!
All right, so let's back up here.
Yeah,
Jay Shalansky is head of FFG production here.
Yeah,
and you hear that this happens.
Yeah,
do you just roll with it? Like, oh well, these things are going to be overpowered for a little bit.
No, I mean, I would. I mean, they didn't even pull those, right? Remember, you had to like write Asmodee. And then they had to send you the replacement base. Yeah. I mean, that's probably
Wasn't
what
there
I
some of them that
done.
got like just shrink wrap the extra base to the box.
Yeah. I think that's what I would have done. Just been like, yeah, they're getting those bases for free, so we're gonna go ahead and.
I would just roll with it. Just they're on ATSD bases. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think there's people out there who didn't get the memo and are using the dewback on like their kitchen table with a big base?
Yes, somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, like there has to be, right? Somebody who just because there's we have to it's always important to remember that if you listen to this podcast, you're part of a very small bubble.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're in a bubble of like,
how dare you? We have a huge listenership. Let's start there. Don't downplay our
global
listenership.
A huge bubble. So a big bubble, Jay. There you go.
Thank you.
You're part of a bubble of the Legion community. Like there's some people who don't even know RNGs come out.
Yeah.
Right? Like they show up with.
They don't even know there's points changes.
Yeah, right.
All right. So I've been running. I had a small local con here a few months ago, and I was running Legion demos, and there were people that came up that had been playing Kitchen Table for a while that didn't even know the RRG existed.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
Yeah.
playing with like the little guide from the book and then everything on the cards. And
Yeah.
that's what they used. Like
And
those people exist.
And that's
Yeah.
okay. Like that's okay, you know?
Yeah,
well, yeah,
and
it's
now
just like it feels bad, right?
But yes,
You
there's definitely people running dubacks with ATST.
all of you listening out there now are inducted into the Dewback Base Watch. You're supposed to
Yeah.
go check on your casuals, make sure they're using the correct Dewback base.
Yeah.
Because the cool thing about the bigger base, like, is like you can actually make like little cool scenes with it because there's enough space where you can put the dewback on it.
Yeah, the Dewback actually fits.
And then like put some like stuff around it. Like, I don't know, like you make a guy walk,
Yeah.
like, you can do cool little stuff with it, right? Like, so I could see someone seeing that and being like, oh, sweet. Then they just put sand on it, put a dewback on it, put like a stormtrooper walking next to it, and like, cool. I've got a cool like little scenic thing. But yeah, no, that's wild. Like that has to exist, right? There just has to be.
I would really come on, hit me with this, AMG. I want to see a little pack of like just like base decorations, like some like dying stormtroopers or clone troopers or whatever, or just something. Have some cool stuff for bases.
Like how GW does that, right? They give you like packs of
Yeah,
skulls.
there's like
skull things.
there's a box of like 200 skulls for GW.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that's where Games Workshop really knows what they're doing, right? It's all the accessory porn is what I want to call it.
People want to
right?
make their stuff look cool.
Yeah. I think it's harder, I think I'm not involved in the lore of GW at all. So, I may be speaking out of school here, but I think it's harder with Star Wars, right? Because we all know what a stormtrooper looks like. We all know the proper, you know what I mean? We all know what this looks like. And I think that's more built into our subconscious, where I think with GW, it's like, we know what a space marine is supposed to look like, but I think it's okay that it also looks like this. And everyone's like, yeah, that's super cool. You know what I mean? Where I think,
and there's like, I'm a little up on the, lore, and there's like, there's different armor marks, there's like custom designs and stuff. Like you can have your space marines be whatever, and it all fits.
Yeah.
With the iron fist of Disney copyright, a stormtrooper is a stormtrooper, and it's damn well going to stay a stormtrooper.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's good. That was good. That was a good little rant. I like that.
What were we talking about again?
Where am I? This is Evan's Twitch stream.
Yeah.
I mean, this is normally what we do.
No, he hasn't died yet.
Yeah, no, we play hunt, and I jump running with a gun, die, and then either Grammer gets sad or he gets really happy when you like 3v1's a team, and then we leave, and that's that's how it goes.
All right.
But yeah, I was thinking of going back to what you're saying about. I think you were saying about going to PAX and just having fun, right, and just playing for fun. What I found with that tournament that I just played was that list I played was ridiculous. Like, let's all like just be honest. It was a ridiculous list, but I found that I was having fun, but also doing well. And without like that stress that I felt in the past during competitive matches. I mean, Evan, you've been to countless competitive, and you know how stressful that gets by like round 2 or 3. And you're like, all right, I'm in the finals. I'm 2-0. And then you get all stressed out. Like with this, I was just like, woohoo! It's like, this is awesome. Let's play, and so that's what I'm hoping for Legion. And I'm hoping that these changes and all these new units make that possible, where it's just like, you could just bring something crazy that you enjoy and that you're having fun with. And it's like, oh no, this is good too. Like I'm doing okay.
Yeah, definitely. Just units you like, I think, are definitely more important to keep you having fun and just kind of keep yourself invested in Legion. That even if you want to be the hard-nosed competitive, take some time and play some games, not with those hard end lists, and just play some games to have fun, and you'll just enjoy the game as a whole more.
The worst is the best, honestly, is when you lose your first game, because then it doesn't matter.
Gone.
You're just like, well, all right, now I get to have fun, right? Now at this point, especially with the old system, the new system, you can still lose, but if you don't lose that bad, it actually makes it a little bit worse if you're really, really trying, because you're not like out, right? Like with the old system, you lose your first one.
Story of my invader lead.
Yeah, right. Like rip. But now, or you go all the way through, but that last game, Oh, it sucks. Like when you're really going for it.
does.
Like, FFG has the swag. I like the swag. I want the cool cards. Jay and I talked about this a lot, where it's like the chase for that sweet alt art, right? The official alt art, right? You
Yeah.
want that cool like thing it's high. And so you're like, man, I really want it. Okay, you look at the list like, well, they're here because they've done well. So I've got to like can't make mistakes. And then you start like losing guys, and you're thinking like it starts like you're like, oh God, I got this. Like it's really like the worst.
Yeah.
And you're like so mentally exhausted, like the last game of a tournament day, and you're just trying to push yourself, and you just keep missing things, and they're doing the same thing, but you don't think about that at the time.
No, you sure don't. Like, and it can be really like it can be real downer. I remember that like X-Wing, like I went to Canadian Nationals, and it was top 18 made the cut, and I was 19. And like, that was actually, so I lost that. And then I went to they had Canadian Nationals for X-Wing and then Legion. So I went to Legion, and then the game where I would have made the cut, a guy just one shot Sabine. And I'm like, well, I was just like, well, that was a good run. It was like turn 1 too. It was just like a crazy shot that just, it went really bad, but it, like I've chased that dragon so long, and just the point, I just feel less bad about it.
It's funny, Evan, that you bring that up. Evan's gonna like this. This past weekend, the vacation in the US here, we had Thanksgiving, which is a weird holiday, but we had it. And so we
gotta celebrate food.
Food, and we get 2 days off, but we don't get 2 days off for anything else. It's very odd. Our own Independence Day, we don't get 2 days off.
Nothing. A day off if it's not on the weekend.
So I took the time, and Evan, you ready? You know what I did? You know what I did, Evan? I sorted and sleeved all my cards into a big binder, all my Legion cards, all of them.
If anybody had context, the amount of mess Jay lives in.
How many impact grenades do you have?
Thousands. but so what I did was I was just going through it, and one of the things, because Evan was bringing up the alt arts, I have tons and tons of alt arts for all, and I've just like I had kind of forgotten about them because of COVID, and then I was going through. I was going, oh yeah, here's that sweet Vader alt art, and I'm like, oh, here's that sweet operative Vader alt art. I'm like, oh, I got the Palpatine one too, and I'm like putting it in. I'm like, Rachel, look what I got. She's like, I don't care, and I was like, no, but they're the alt art. She's like, again, you are wasting your time right now. I'm like, but I need to sort these.
And let me rephrase mess. Jay lives in an artistic mess. So he's got like his main desk that's clean.
Yeah.
Then you look to his right, and then there's just like paint.
Yeah.
Just paint. And then you look to his left, and there's just piles of Legion.
Glance over at my painting desk that's just full of crap.
Yeah, it's just like, and so I used to joke with him. He'd be like, oh, I gotta go to the tournament. Then he's like desperately like chewing through piles of upgrade cards. I know there's a hunter in here somewhere, right? And he's going through, and it makes me proud of you, buddy.
I'm working on it. Well, so what got me into it, and I'll tell everybody. So this is a little behind the scenes sneak thing. Our plan here in the next month or so is to start doing battle reports for Stormtide. So we're gonna play Legion. We're gonna do a battle report, and you're gonna follow us through the missions of Stormtide. Now that we'll be about 5 or 6 boxes ahead, so we're not really spoiling it for too many people. But with that, I was like, well, shit, I only did Empire and Rebels, right? Like I was mainlining Empire, and Rebels was more of my for fun list, right? And I was like, so okay, I gotta start putting together other like clones and droids. So I'm like, because if Evan comes over and he wants to play droids, or if I want to play droids, like we don't have any droids in the studio. And so I started putting together all the models that I had for those 2 units, and then I was like getting the cards out, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't just keep dumping them into this box. Basically, all my cards would go into the bottom of a core set box from Legion. I just like,
that's what I have
done with these, and I would throw them in and then throw the box on the shelf.
All right, so I've still got the little like plastic insert thing with the dividers. And I've got like two of the convenient shapes devoted to just stacks of random upgrade cards. That's
So
the extent of my sorting.
wait till you see it on Thursday. Evan's coming over Thursday. I'm going to show him my shiny binder. It's a 3-ring binder, and they're all in order, Evan. And then I even put like the upgrades like near the units that they belong to. Ooh,
Oh, you went that far? Okay,
it's
yeah,
so nice.
I did.
This will literally last like to next weekend. If we play Legion this week at all, I'll just be throwing cards on the floor. Going,
I just keep. Well, these no touching. They're only for reference now.
Yeah.
We're just printing off lists.
It's it's funny you say that because I've been doing it since I got the game because I played X-Wing and I just know what it's like to have like a billion upgrade cards that you have to have sorted if you want any sort of like. But what happens, Jay, is you'll get a list done, you'll change a list, but you want to put it in the nice little sleeves. So you take that stack of cards, you don't reintegrate them into the organization. They come a pile. And then what you have instead of one big box is a lot of little piles around of different, and God forbid you have like one flamethrower for stormtroopers. That's just gone. But what were we going to say next? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So I had a question for you guys, speaking of all these cards and the organization and stuff.
All right.
I've recently found myself just not laying them out. And I have my list on my phone and I know what all this stuff does. Like obviously this is for informal shop pickup games and stuff. Do you guys lay out your cards every game now still, or do you kind of just go like halfsies? You just throw the unit cards out? What you guys do?
Yeah, so I'll go first, Evan. I'm pretty absent-minded generally. So like even though I know like in the vicinity, even a unit I've played 1,000 times, like an ATST, I know in the vicinity what it does, but half the time I don't remember the dice count, and I go, "Oh, what's that dice count on that again?" So yeah, I need the cards out.
How many on the kit, Jay? How many red?
I don't know. 2. I think it's 222, right?
No, that's the gun. How many on the kit?
Oh, on the kick, I don't remember. 4 red, I think.
Oh, all right.
I think you got it. Yeah.
All right. So what I do is I've never brought in every card to represent a 1-for-1. So if I have so if I bring Rebel Troopers, let's say I've got 3 squads. Generally, it's in my brain where they all have to have the same upgrades. I can't like have one squad have this. It just anyway. So like I have one like their card, their gun, and their upgrades, and then they're all like I just reference that for everything. So I always have an upgrade card representing of something I've taken out. But like again, if I have like 2 things of Tons, I'll have 1 Ton card. And then like the upgrades I probably put on them. And then even if I do like if I have different stormtrooper units with different heavy guns, I just put all the heavy guns in the one sleeve with the stormtrooper card. And I can just like look down at it.
That's my play. I don't think I have like the full ones here, but I've got these.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
Sleeves with the one bid slot.
Yep. I got those too. Yeah, those are excellent.
If you search for like Ultimate Guard 7 or 14 pocket sleeves, you'll find them. And they're great, but yeah, I just have like my Stormtrooper card and then like the 6 most common upgrades I take on Stormtroopers, and I just kind of throw it.
Yeah.
Wherever.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? Because I think originally the plan, and I haven't been to a single high level tournament that has like, I don't even think at like High Commander Worlds they required this, where you had to have every single unit card, like maybe at Worlds, but like at all the other ones, it was like, I think we're pretty understanding. Yeah, I think we're pretty understanding with that as a community, right? Like, yeah, that's a stormtrooper. Every stormtrooper you have in your unit does the same thing unless they have a different heavy upgrade. Do you have that heavy upgrade? Yes. Okay, great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, who cares if you have all the cards?
Yeah, I know some people do a 1-for-1, and then they even mark up, like in TTS does it. Well, TTS does it automatically because you don't have to set anything up, so it's great. So it has like a 1-for-1 card, and then when it die guys, he puts it back on the card. Like, you can do that. You already have to bring so much crap to play Legion.
Yeah.
Like you need 2 to 3 sets of dice. So that one set's not cutting it. You need your range rulers. You probably have a ton of those because you break them because they're frail. Yep. I baby Huey a ton of them. Or I build a lightsaber. I start swinging it around while I'm bored, and I break them off anyway. Then you've got all your stuff, right? All the units you have to bring. God forbid you bring a vehicle. That's actually the worst part about this Fluttercraft thing is they are not fun to transport.
No, especially long distances.
Oh yeah, no. So you got to bring all your stuff, and then you're coming up with a big battle bag, like, oh, okay, and then you got to get all your cards out, and then you need your battle cards, and then it's just like, it is a war game, and there's some things you just understand when you get into that kind of thing. But even like GW is like, you got your book, right? You don't have a card for each thing. A space you can, but like X-Wing.
Well, GW, that for those kind of events, I used to play competitive 40K a lot, and the assumption is you have your reference material if you need them, and you bring a printed list. That seems so much easier to handle than all of these Legion cards.
Yeah,
we've got multiple like acceptable list builders. Let's just print out lists for our tournaments.
And like I understand, like you run into someone new, or like, hey, can I see that Vader card real quick? Like I'm not. You're throwing 7 dice there. Well, sure, it's 6. Like something like that to double check. And that's the beauty of was the beauty of Legion. Just here's my card. But since things have been so errated on points, you can't even trust points on the cards anymore, right? That it's the cards, like especially with adding keywords, which is dangerous because like a new guy might not know Vader's got compel. No, right? Like that's big. But the idea originally was I can be like, hey, what's Luke do? I don't play Rebels. You can just hand me his card, and in like 30 seconds, I could be like, all right, cool. Yeah. Right. Because all the rules are kind of the same, just different dice layouts, things like that. So the beauty of Legion was how easy it was just to share information, but that's becoming difficult now.
I we even had I think I forgot who I was playing, but we were playing and it was like I think we got key positions and it's changed and we're like, wait, what is key? How is that worded again? You know what I mean? Like, and we had to like, luckily the new core sets come with the updated errata for those, but like, yeah, you're right with like Vader's command cards, right? Like I have all these command cards and 2 of them are wrong now. Like they're just not right anymore. And I have to remember what that is.
Have you guys compared the text in the new and old key positions? It got like 3 times as long.
Yeah. I had still some OG ones when they first did the change. Somebody in one of our local groups just printed out like a new card that I just used that for. But like I was thinking about that, like low profile is not the same anymore, right? So if you took it over and you're like, oh, I get light to heavy, got it. Yeah. It's like light to super heavy, right? Like it's just there's like it's Legions. Everyone hates it, but in maybe need of like a 2.0 at this point, or maybe an updated card kit. Like I don't need a full 2.0. Maybe I just need hey, here's all the errated cards.
I think $20. Like a yearly like card errata pack. Is perfect.
Yeah, I'd be down for that just so I had something current that was
and like I thought that was the plan, right? Because they had come out with the upgrade card pack, right? Like, and I thought originally the plan was like, hey, I thought we talked to Alex or Luke about that, and they were like, yeah, our plan is to put out like packs when we do RRGs with all the cards, and then I'm sure between the 2 moves all that's out the window.
I didn't know they did actually something. Is that I have stumbled across now in the wild, people have had them like cards that have been errated in like just more recent printings of the box. Like I saw I think it was a Rebel sniper card that had range 1 to 5, and I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I
didn't know they did that either, and I just happened to stumble across them. Like,
that makes sense because they did that with like the battlefield cards, like in the new core box, right? So we what was it? It was
it was
condition.
Key positions and rapid reinforcements.
Rapid reinforcements, right? Yeah, because before it was up to 2, and then you'd be like, okay, none.
And it also changed for no operatives.
It's I didn't, man, I've just been playing. I'm stumbling over my words because it just shocked me so much. I'm like, but I haven't bought a scout kit since
because we all have 3.
Right. And then I haven't actually looked at a sniper card because I just know what it is now. Right?
It was either it was like a sniper or a rebel veteran or something that I saw. It had like the errata on it, and I'm like, crazy.
Oh, okay. I mean, that'd be good because my rebel vets are all messed up. Again, like rebel guns, they have 4 hit points. Well, the card says 3. Well, the errata says 4. Do you have the errata on you? No.
No.
Yeah.
Real convenient. They have 3 damage right now, and you're saying it's still alive. Like, huh?
Yeah. That is an interesting take. It's crazy, right?
You're crazy.
Hey.
I got
Who, me?
Huh? What?
So I'll real quick here. Not real quick. This may take a while, but let's talk about it. I'm working on speed painting clones.
Okay.
So I'm open to ideas.
Are you bound to the white armor? Because I think that's the biggest trick. The white on black is probably the hardest part.
So here's what I'm thinking about doing. I saw some video, and I think AMG copied this from this guy. So I saw a video on YouTube where he spray painted or painted, I don't know if it's spray paint or whatever he did. He painted them gray, like a dark gray. Then he took a makeup sponge with like a light gray and just went like highlight them, and then went white over all that, and then went back through and just painted the little black pieces and was like, boom, done. And he said he did like 2 units in like 45 minutes or 60 minutes or something. I was like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen something like that where I think, you go with like a neutral-ish gray, give them like a double wash of like Nuln Oil so that black really sits in the cracks, and essentially like a double wash gray looks black. And then you dry brush up the gray into a white-ish enough, and then you can do a little bit of touch up with like your high points of white and your low points of black. You can do a little bit of touch up and you're all right. But I think even easier is to just not paint white clone troopers.
Okay.
Like a darker, like even if you go for like a gray, like kind of mid-tone, you can still do that, and then just like an easier dry brush will bring that gray up and still leave the black undersuit, and it'll be speed.
That was like Wolfpack were gray.
I think they just had gray accents.
Yeah. Okay. I know there was. I'm not the guy to talk about painting. So Nick's your man. Nick's your man on that. He's
because next thing you know, I'll
have
deck primer on my clones.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying,
waterproof though.
Yeah, water wicks right off mine. So I don't know what you're saying.
Oh man,
next time you roll up to a tournament, you're assigned like table 3. Where is it? Oh, it's the aquarium over in the corner.
Yeah.
Yep. Then you'll be one of Evan's clones.
Yeah. You want another deep cut? You ready,
Sure.
Nick? Here's another deep cut. Evan, remember when we were gonna make the Evan bucket and try to sell it? So for those of you that may be newer and didn't go back through our catalog, which don't, it's fine. But early on, Evan was like just showing up to tournaments with all his guys like in a box, and he was just like dumping it on the table. And he was like, "We should do an Evan bucket." 5th Trooper Evan bucket where you can just, if you don't care, you just dump them in the bucket.
Yep.
I was like,
yo, I still have that.
That was when they were soft plastic, but
that's when you get away with it. I still have that. I think we still have that Force Awakens popcorn bucket in your office.
Yeah.
So a giant plastic. I think we just foam that thing, that sucker, and then I don't care. I'll roll. Man, if we can get that done for PAX, I'll roll. Just dump my Wookiees out.
I've seen that move pulled in 40K, not in person. But, the legend is that there's an orc player who had played a bunch of grots, and he would just, for those of you not in the know, orcs are already a horde faction, and grots are like these little goblins that are even cheaper than normal orcs. So you've got like damn near 300 of these things, and he would just carry them around in a bucket and just kind of just dump them on the table, just because there's no way to do it in any amount of speed without it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Oh man, we're not that far. I think I've got some foam, Jay. We can make this happen.
Yeah.
I say we put your Fluttercraft in there and let's see how it goes.
Dude, okay, so I built 2 of those.
Yeah.
Those are awful.
Oh, they look terrible.
So like I don't hate the look, but colon
but I hate the look.
But
I hated getting there.
Yeah, all the little like these little tiny pipes. So I'm in my office, I'm on my lunch break. I'm like, I'll build some Fluttercraft while I'm like here.
Lunch break, Evan. Was it lunch break? Come on, Evan. Let's be honest.
Well, he was on break. We'll put it that way.
I was on a break.
Yeah, whether it was mandated or not.
I'll be building like a 40K model. People coming in talking to me while the printers work. I'm like, Uh-huh. All right, well, I'll be right there. All right,
Just try turning it off and back on again.
I need to hold
Why don't you go try that again? Tell me how it works.
This sledgehammer's not going to hold itself in, Mary. I'm sorry. It's going to be a minute. But so I'm on a gray carpet, and there's these little tiny pipes, like they're little like hairline piece of plastic just go on the side. And of course I drop everything. So whoop, 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 and it hits the carpet and it's gone because my carpet's gray. And in my office, I'm like, all right. And then I'm like trying to put the Wookiees together. And then, dude, like, I thought the lat was a pain. No, then the Fluttercraft little wing thing. So, okay, another Fluttercraft rant. I don't know how you transport this. Like, so there's the top bit where like the top wings are. I just haven't glued those on. So I can just, because the rest of it's kind of solid. So you can throw that in there and you just put them on when you get there. So I don't know how you get around that. Another thing is they don't sit on the gosh darn stands. They pop off. So you push them down, they go boop. I don't know how you're supposed to like even play with them.
All right. So I've got another here. Here's another tale from my 40K tournament. So I used to play similar to these 40K flyers that are basically like impossible to transport. So some of you veteran tournament players may have seen someone pulling this move. Especially like you were talking about having to move like your foam, like your army case and everything around. Yeah. What you can do is you can just, they're pretty cheap. Just go to like Walmart or something, or Walmart online and search for like folding cart. And there are a bunch of choices of just like these little cheap hand carts that you can use to just basically be a little table you can roll around with. And it makes moving your stuff around a lot easier. But what I did is I picked one that was metal. And I actually magnetized these pain in the ass things. And they would just stick right onto the top of my cart.
Perfect. And
it was much easier.
That's a good idea.
To move this crap around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so like
on the other side of the coin, someone, when we were like going into like the convention hall, hit the little like rubber strip between where the types of floor that changed in the door.
Did a dump.
And they dumped their monster on the floor. That exploded and sprayed my models.
Oh no! No, dude,
you can still
see the like where you ate through the paint.
Right? There's like little bits on there where you can see that it's just like tiny little droplets.
That MFer.
I don't know how that ever is supposed to be. Like that model does not exist. That there, after building 2 of these things, for people listening to audio, I'm holding up the back of the box. I bought 3 of them because I thought it'd be funny. And now like that, they have the perfect model in the back. Like it doesn't, you have to glue that on there to make that go. So you're telling me that has to stay like that forever. No, I don't know if anybody's actually like, I don't get to play in a studio where I just have my wall of things and I can just pull it off and it's only you got to come to me.
Are you talking about me right now?
No, I'm talking about like whoever.
That's all.
No, never.
That's exactly me. You were talking about me because that's what I do. I make you come to me. All my stuff is on a shelf, and I just sit it there. And half the stuff I don't take to tournaments because I only play Empire.
I was more talking about whoever designed this.
That's a real low blow. You went right at me on that one. That's
messed up.
What? I'm with you, Jay. Get him.
Yeah, that's messed up, bro.
Fine.
I don't live in a studio where you have to come to me. And I don't put my stuff up on a shelf.
I didn't even like. I was just ranting about whoever made it. Then you had to. Wow. I had to bring it back to you, Jay.
Wow, it's always about me. This is my podcast.
Not wrong.
What are we talking about again?
Raccoons.
I hate Fluttercraft.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this amazing video on Facebook of somebody making scrambled eggs and feeding it to a raccoon while it was in a baby chair and had a bib on.
Oh man, you mean the life is more like it?
It was so good. I go to Rachel. I go, "This is you," and I go, "And there's Evan." And she was...
Dude, I remember when I first, cause it's been like about 2 months since I'd gotten to see you guys.
Yeah.
And then I go back, and the first thing for dinner, she's like, "I'm so happy you're back. No one's like, I make all this food, no one eats it." I'm just like, more steak, please.
He was so funny. He's like, since COVID and I don't come over here, I've lost like 15 pounds. It's crazy. And then we literally have like a king's feast for our little raccoon
I've got
buddy.
this hole in my life that only a taco pinwheel can fill.
Oh my God. It was, I ate myself sick on Mississippi pot roast. Last time.
That was the other Fifth Trooper recipe, I think. If I remember.
Yeah. I didn't quite make it.
She made a different pinwheel last night.
What?
Oh.
She made a turkey, brie, and cranberry and something else pinwheel.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Right.
I was like, this is the best thing I've ever had.
The Thanksgiving leftover pinwheel special?
Yeah, because we had like a 32-pound turkey.
Jesus.
So,
yeah, they had to. How'd you end up cooking that?
yeah, we took everything out of the oven, number one.
You got the whole thing in there?
Yeah, we had to put it, like, I had to lower it right to the bottom. The shelf was like bending in. And it was so bad. It cooked for like 10 hours. Oh my God. It was the biggest.
I didn't even know that existed.
It was
it's like a turkey ate another turkey.
Yeah.
It was like a child, the size of a child. Did you end up putting a bag in it, or did you just like?
Yeah, we had to double bag it because the bags didn't cover it. So we put one bag this way, the other bag the other way. We woke up at 4 a.m. Thanksgiving morning to get that thing stuffed and ready to go. It was delicious, though. She did a great job. But yeah, that turkey was big.
I remember because you were talking about it. And so this whole conversation started. Jay had a bunch of his family over, right?
Yep.
And so they need a big turkey. They've got like 4 kids, got a lot of mouths to feed. So gets this huge turkey. And then the butcher or the person they bought it from was like, "We can cut it in half for you." And, Rachel is team cook it in a bag. Yeah. And so she's like, "No, that's going to look weird if we show it in half." She wants that perfect turkey.
Nice presentation, but just
right. She wants that
just
the
giant.
dream.
Yeah.
Right. The dream turkey. So she wants that. So then we get it. And I was there that night and the tensions were high because it couldn't fit in the fridge. And it wasn't looking like the bag was going to fit it either. And then she was still team bag. Yeah. And I'm like, I got to get out of here.
My favorite, everybody at home, my favorite thing to do is when we have company over is to just press Rachel's buttons and see if she'll yell in front of company. It's my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world.
Yeah. Makes for some real awkward dinners, but I keep eating. The idea is I can eat more while they're distracted. So that's my,
that's the play.
I had, it's a Stormtide thing, actually.
All right.
Someone messaged me. I've been going back and forth with in the Discord, their Phyrexian Queen.
Yeah.
And did they send you what they did with their Stormtide units?
Yeah. Tell everybody though.
So so what they're doing is they're combining a set of magic cards with their Stormtide.
I saw this on the Facebook group actually.
Yeah, they're doing the like the Phyrexian.
Elish Norn.
Yeah, Elish Norn. She's got the leader. Looks amazing.
Yeah.
But they've really got like so check out on the Facebook group. But they had sent me the message, and I just wanted to give a call out because it was really like not only are people into Stormtide just in general, but they're like, because your commander. It's cool that we get models, like you supply models in the box, right? Yeah. But it can be whatever you want. Yeah, it could be a GI Joe, right? It doesn't
and that's that's the whole thing behind Stormtide, right? It was like when I was talking to Mike about it, I was like, hey man, we need to do something that's fun, like, and not restrict people to stuff and let people play whatever they want to play and just enjoy Legion, right? Because I think if you're playing at home, it's fine and you're playing homebrew and that's all great. But once you get into like the groups and like once you get into like more of the like playing at your store, that all goes out the window, right? Like that kind of like homebrew stuff. But what we're trying to do is bring the fun of, like what's that game? Warlords of Erewhon or whatever.
Yep.
Where it was
just
like
use whatever you own.
It's just a book and you use whatever you want. Here's the rules, use whatever you want. And like that's our whole philosophy behind behind Stormtide is like, hey, if you like I think what Mike is going to do is he's building Rebels, but he's going to have some old defunct droids that they like repurposed for the Rebels and have them in his army, right? Like, so like if you want to have, I don't care if you want to have Anakin and Palpatine together, like that's a thing, like go for it. So
I want to do a Skullforge Studios been really knocking out of the park with their Patreon, and they do all the Dune models.
Yep.
And they're in Legion scale. And man, I didn't care until they did. He's got the Sardaukar and then the Fremen. And please just make a Fluttercraft if you're listening. Make a Fluttercraft so I can get rid of those actual Fluttercrafts I have and use them. Yeah,
cool. I'll go ahead and plug. Jordan is amazing. Jordan is the head is Skullforge Studios. Basically, he does all our model designs for Stormtide 2. He's amazing. You should support him. He has a website on Gumroad. Just search up Skullforge Studios. You can buy STLs from him, or he has that new Patreon, which I'm a member of, and it's amazing. And he's amazing.
They're great. I think I have a few of his prints too. The CIS. I think he made some models for Lockdur, just the fat Nemoidian that I use as my generic commander. I love it.
Yeah.
He does MCP models like alt sculpts.
Oh yeah, he did all the zombies. Like when they were doing What If. Like after they would like air a What If episode, like 3 days later, he'd have like the dude. He's so good.
Oh, he was like day after on the Mandalorian stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's really.
That's actually
prolific. Yeah.
He's got one of the most awesome models I think I've ever seen. He's got like the Mandalorian Op Luke with like the hood up and everything.
Yeah.
I need to get that.
I really want to get his the Visions. The one he did of that, I think it was episode 7 in Visions, where it was like the Padawan and the Master fight that dark Sith guy. So he's got the trio and a set. I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Like, so it's I think with like, not to sound like I'm just plugging Stormtide here, but it's cool. I can just kind of like I want a whole Dune army, and I just follow the card rules, right? Like I follow the unit rules, and they're just. I got Fremen and like sword guy. Like there could be my rebel troopers. Like it doesn't like.
Yeah, you just pick a faction and do whatever you want. Yeah.
Even that though, to a lesser degree, like with the Stormtide, the build your own commander stuff. That's honestly the biggest thing I miss in Legion from 40K.
Yeah.
In Legion, there's always like you really have a good like central HQ option that you can kit out to be you. They're usually the most customizable. You can do a bunch of different things with it. They can be you. Like your Space Marine captain has 50 bajillion options.
Yeah.
Right.
And so is you. Legion, you don't really get that.
Your fears.
So, and
right. Like,
But that's the whole IP, right? And that's why like with Stormtide, we're taking you into our own world and creating our own IP that's, just basically based on the Legion rule set. And if you love Star Wars, great. Play Star Wars Legion. If you want to use what was her name? The Phyrexian there. If you want to use, Velish Norn, you can use that. If you whatever you want to do, we're cool. Just follow the rules. That's it. But all right, what do you guys think? I think that was a good episode.
I think it was a good episode.
So.
Nick, good to have you. We're still not friends, but good to have you.
It's nice to be in your presence at least for a little bit.
Well, I figured,
aside.
Evan always talks about you all the time, and I'm like, I should grace him with my presence for like an hour. Yeah. So that's what I was.
Yeah, it checks out. Okay.
Actually, Evan asked, "Hey, should we have Nick on?" And I said, "No, screw that guy." And then he was like, "Please," and I was like, "Yeah, all right,
please."
Yeah.
Look at that face.
I can't say no to that face.
Hey, Jay, I invited Nick over for dinner. Hope that's cool.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Well, thanks for listening, and we will try to do this next week, Evan. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's scheduling. We'll see. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Evan's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just blinked into the void. His whole life was over.
Oh. But all right, hey, everyone, stay rad. Have a good one.
Join us next week for another edition of the Fifth Trooper Podcast.
This has been a Fifth